take me tonight.
The beautiful South, Perfect 10, BBC Radio Leeds. Now then, students from the Bruntcliffe School in Morley spent last night sleeping rough in their school car park to help raise money and awareness for the growing problem of homelessness. In the studio today, we've got 4 rather tired looking people who actually aren't very smelly. Have you showered, by the way, all of you? Have you?
Yeah, we managed to dash home for a shower.
I'm glad about that. First cab off the rank is Louise Rogers, who is the head of sixth form at Bruntcliffe School. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
How are you?
I'm still with it at the moment, but I think once we get to about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, when I have to go back and teach, I might be struggling somewhat.
Did you get any sleep last night?
I think I got about an hour, but you never quite know, do you? It's a case of, did I just sleep then? So I'm not actually sure if I got any sleep, but I think I got an hour.
And we've got 2 students from the Bruntcliffe School as well. We've got Kyle and Jodie. Hello.
Hiya.
How are you?
Well, I'm quite tired, but...
I mean, Jodie, you look fabulous. You look delicious and gorgeous, and you've got a little thing in your hair. You look like a little princess. You haven't been rough all night.
Well, I only had like an hour's sleep. Kyle waking me up with the helicopter.
Oh, with the helicopter?
Well, he said that it was flying just like above his head, but...
Oh, thank God for that. I thought that was some euphemism. We've got Sarah Halterman as well from Envision. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
And really nice to see you, because we spoke to Keith earlier, who does this for a living, if you like, has to sleep on the streets. And what I tried to get from him was how it feels to not have a roof. And last night, you didn't have a roof over your heads, but you'll have one tonight. We'll go around the room. Louise, how bad was it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, being perfectly honest, up until about 2:30, we actually kind of just stood around the fire and chatted, and then it got to about 2:30 and it was time to sort of bed down. We said, right, we've got to start getting some sleep. So on a scale of 1 to 10, in comparison, I don't think it was as bad as what the homeless people go through every night, because we knew that we were going to go home for a shower in the morning. We knew that it was going to happen, so we had time to prepare. We had so many layers on. We had, we toasted marshmallows. So on a scale of 1 to 10, we tried to do it as badly as it could be, but I don't think it was as bad as other people experience.
And for you, Kyle, there was obviously the camaraderie of you guys doing this to raise money and raise awareness, and we'll get to what you raised in a bit, which is a terrific amount. Did that help, having people around you who you knew, who you were all in it together with?
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't imagine actually having to sleep on streets without anybody that I didn't know. Being by myself, it wouldn't be the same. You wouldn't have that feeling of warmth around you, or like just general chat. It's something that keeps you going through at night, and if you didn't have people with you, it just wouldn't be the same. Like Louise said, it's when everyone's together and you've got a fire and stuff, it all seems okay until you actually settle down and try to sleep. It's different.
And Jodie, did it make you think about other people who really are doing this all the time, and they're not just doing it for a point? I mean, this is their life. Did it make you think about people like that?
Yeah, definitely. I think the only reason why we, sort of enjoyed it in a way is because we had as friends and support around us, so we were just keeping spirits up. But we couldn't imagine what they go through on a day-to-day basis, because we know that we're going to be going home to get a shower and that we've still got a roof over our head and we can get food and layers whenever we want. They don't have a bag with loads of clothes in, do they?
And nor do they have a clean change of clothes if it rains or whatever. We'll get to that in a bit, because I know it did rain last night. Sarah from Envision, why do they need to do this, and what does this teach people?
Oh, this is all about the team at Bruntcliffe School who came up with this idea completely on their own. Envision's an organisation which supports young people to create projects on any issue that they feel passionate about. And this is really one that this team have really picked up on. I'm really grateful. They wanted to do it a month ago when there was snow everywhere, and I'm really grateful that it didn't happen a month ago. But I think that really proves a big point, that last night was a lot warmer than it could have been. And I think this really shows that young people aren't apathetic. They are... there are so many negative stereotypes about young people, and they are trying to show that, and you guys did it last night, that you do care about your communities, and you are making a really big difference.
I mean, it's interesting what you say, because if you are on the streets, you don't have a choice whether it snows, rains, whether it's icy, -10 or +10. You've still got to live on the streets. I know it rained last night, Louise. What happens then? You're there, and I understand you were just sleeping on cardboard boxes, so this was you weren't pampering people with duvets and all that business. It rains, you're on cardboard, in clothes. What happens next?
Well, we actually, we had a parent teacher consultation evening last night, and it rained all the way through that, and our deputy head actually said to us, perhaps you should think about cancelling it because it was raining all night. But then it dried up for a while, and so we had some local restaurants that donated us cardboard to sleep on. As soon as we put the cardboard out, it absolutely just poured it down. The cardboard got absolutely wet through, but by that point we just said, well, you know, we've committed to doing it. We've got a lot of sponsorship. We've got a lot of people counting on us to do it. So we just had to do it. And luckily we have a building in where we were sleeping that we could go in and get a hot drink and come out, but again, not everybody has that luxury. So really we just had to do it, and you know, it didn't rain again, but as Sarah said, a month ago we were supposed to do it, and it was absolutely terrible weather, and it sounds bad to say, but we were really quite glad that we didn't have to do it that night, but some people don't have that choice.
What have you learned from this?
I've learnt that I can survive on 1 hour's sleep. Well, a big thing that I've learned, especially coming from the sixth form, because there's only 2 students here today, but there are a lot of our sixth form students involved in this.
How many were there in total?
Where we've got, I think, over 30 on the project and 16 slept out, along with members of staff that volunteered. And a big thing that I've learned really is that I know that, you know, students this age can get quite a bad rap sometimes in the press, but really they've done Bruncliffe proud, because it's something that they're absolutely passionate about. They organise themselves. They've got other projects that they want to do as well, and I hope that for them this becomes something that they go on to continue to do next year. They've got 2 years in the sixth form. So what I've learned really is you know, how pleased I am with what they've done, that they do have compassion for other people.
And when you see a homeless person now, compassion of them and what they're going through and how they have to live?
Yeah, definitely. We went to St George's Crypt a few months ago as an open day, and there were 5 different people that were talking about why people are homeless, and like you've been saying all morning, sometimes they do get kicked out, and they don't deserve what happens. So if they've got problems, they need to be helped. They don't deserve to have to be kicked out where they're just going to give more problems. And you do look at them different when you've seen the other side of it, where it all comes from.
And does it make you think, Jodie, about your behaviour and how you can go from just being a very normal person living a normal life to ending up on the streets? Because that's the thing I find with all these stories. These are just normal people where bad things happen.
Yeah, I think we all take things for granted a little bit, and we don't think about other people as much, which is why we wanted to do this, so we could give something back for the things that other people don't have that we do. But I'm just like really pleased that we've done it, and we've been able to sort of like hopefully set a trend, and other people can move on and use our ideas, hopefully.
And you've raised an incredible amount of money, 1,500 quid plus.
Yeah.
How did you raise that? Just by people getting to throw in a few quid for you to sleep?
We did individual sponsors, so we were like £40 minimum each person to sleep out. But obviously if they didn't get that, they could still sleep out. But the staff have been like really supportive, and we've had a sign-up sheet in the staff room, and they've all give like a lot of money to it. And we've been like money on the doors, and like Sarah's got a lot of sponsorship as well, and other people from Envision, so everyone's like helped out. Cool.
And where does the money go?
The money is going to St George's Crypt,
Yeah.
and I think rather than donating the money and just giving them a whole load of money, we're going to find out what they actually need, and donate them items or whatever it is they need, and donate it from Bruncliffe School.
I don't know how you feel, Sarah, but we're all very blessed today. I've never wanted for a sandwich or had to sleep on the streets or struggled, really. I mean, we've had professional struggles, but we are quite lucky. I mean, we don't know really what it is to be hungry, do we? Because there's always a sandwich somewhere, whether it be from our grandparents, our parents, or from Greg's the Baker's.
Definitely, and I think that's something. Last night we all sort of brought snacks to keep us going, lots of chocolate to keep sugar levels up, and one of the things that the Envision Youth Forum on homelessness that Carl just mentioned was one of the 5 speakers was from the Big Issue, and I think that is a really big thing to talk about, because I think you guys have all gone out and bought a big issue since then, and that really is trying to put in a positive response.
And it's a difficult time for people like Keith, who we spoke to in the first hour. He said his sales of the Big Issue are down, because people just aren't buying it anymore because they'd rather spend their money on other stuff. But, you know, for the sake of a coffee in one of these places, you can buy the Big Issue. I mean, that's literally what it is. I know a lot of people don't like giving money, but the Big Issue is there to help
Definitely.
support these people in a safe
Definitely.
way, isn't it?
It's providing a way of making your own money, which is completely legitimate, it's completely organised, and it's a brilliant magazine to read.
Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for coming in. The Bruntcliffe School in Morley has, had an interesting week, and let's hope you recover by the weekend. Thanks for coming in to Louise Rogers and to Kyle and Jodie and Sarah Holton from Envision. Good luck,
Thank you
guys.
very
Go
much.
and have a shower.